Hello there. This is a little review for the STRICH or STRICH SDP350. So far I'm very, very pleased with it. You can see my old keyboard in the background. That's another STRICH model. And the feel is very, very similar between them if you've had one of those keyboards before. The keyboard here feels very, very similar. It's kind of a standard weighted keyboard, really. It doesn't have the same sort of snapback action that you would get from an acoustic piano, but it feels, quite nice. The major difference here that I'm seeing, and the reason I prefer this, is the simulations. The tone banks are much more realistic here. The first you get two. The first two are basic piano sounds. One is a standard sound, and the second is a little bit brighter. And the first sound is. So you have that sound. Then moving on to the second, it's a little bit brighter and has a little bit more like top and a mid range. Which I personally like that a lot. You can do different. It just has more of that little brighter tonality that punches through a little bit more, and I really like that. These modules also have a very pleasant dynamic quality to them as well. So if you just pluck, there's a staccato sound, but it also senses weight. So you can, if you hold this key down, it will sustain more like an actual piano would when the mallet hits. I also use the pedal as well. So the sustain pedal works well. The other pedals work just fine too. I also like, this is one of my favorite features, my old keyboard doesn't have it, is the cover. I love this. It's wonderful. Protects your keyboard, and I wish my old keyboard had it. But I really, really like that. It's one of my favorite features overall. And now I'll just move on and give you some of the different sounds, just very quickly. So that was the first two. The third. The fourth. That's the harpsichord, which is really great. Number 8. More of a vibraphone, which I love. Excuse me. So I could go on all day. There's 900 different sounds here, but the ones I want to get to are the sample-based sounds. So I'm just going to go back down here, and I can't remember exactly where they start. So I'll start at 899. $898. $897. $896. There we go. So here you have the. So you get the different sound effects for different things you want to do if you were scoring something or just adding in little bits to a video. Now you have the running water effect. And one thing that is a holdover from the last version of the keyboard is the sound effects here, like the sample bass effects, are time-based. So they change pitch with frequency rather than like altering the tone of the simulation. So, pardon me. What you have here is if I play this, but here it's at a certain speed, it's rather fast, whereas the lower pitch is the slower speed. So that's how they alter the tone. But if you try to put them together, you'll get sort of an odd effect. It's not as pronounced in this one as it was with my old keyboard, but it's still there. It's not something that I'm terribly upset by for a budget keyboard like this, though. And moving on. So you get the helicopter. But something like this, again, this is where you really can start to hear the different times. The second one is much, much faster. So telephone. This is one where you can really hear the difference too. So the slower pitch of the bird call, that, and the higher pitch is. So sounds like he's been drinking some coffee. When you put them together, you can get woodland effects, but it's a little bit off-putting with that time difference. But regardless, there's some really great stuff here to play around with. There's all kinds of features. There's demo versions. Things like that built in. All kinds of things to experiment with. This doesn't come with a comprehensive manual, but I think you can download one online just to get the idea of everything this can do. It can do an awful lot of stuff. It's very similar to my old keyboard. Just the variety of different functions it has is pretty impressive. So I'm really impressed with this. I like it a lot. It's, again, this is for a sub $500 piano. I think this is very, very well done. The construction's good. The legs are nice and solid. I'm just really pleased with it. So I would certainly recommend it. And I hope this has been helpful. I wish you the very best.
Guys, this is the STRICH electronic keyboard. Look at this puppy right here with its pedals. It comes with a headset so that your roommates don't have to hear you. Has a keypad telling you, then you control volume, tone, adding rhythm, recording, which probably means that you can loop music while you're playing. Very nice stuff over here. You can change the volume when you don't have headphones on, which is really cool. And it was a very quick, easy setup, which was fantastic.